Hey everyone, Cassie here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel for another video. Today we're going to be playing with the brand new wonderful Tulips Glimmer plate. This is new to Spellbinders as of this month, February 2023. And it's beautiful, as you can see. I think it goes really well with the Glimmer kit of the month. So if you have that, you might want to get this one too. All right, I have my Glimmer plate heating up. I went ahead and got some cardstock ready to go. We're going to foil on this darker cardstock. I did this same technique in the last Glimmer video that I did where we're making a hinge. It just works really well, especially if you need to attach this like right to maybe the front of your card, which is what I want to do. And I'm using my quick cutter to trim everything down. This is the Prism foil. I think that's what it is. I'm pretty certain that's what it is. And we're just going to go ahead and make that as a hinge and then make sure that everything is nice and lined up. Then I'm going to go ahead and take this carefully and set that down on my Glimmer plate. Now I know it's not heated up yet. The red light is still on, but now it is. And I just like to put it on there and make sure that plate gets nice and heated. I am cutting this down, thought it would fit on the sentiment that I have, but it is not going to fit. Thankfully, the other piece will. So we're just going to go ahead and set that on there, press our button for our timer. Our timer is going to blink, and as soon as it's done, I'm going to pull everything off, then stick my plates on top. So, and then I'm going to run this through my Spellbinders Platinum 6. So these two work together, obviously, pretty well. Then I'll peel away my foil. Careful with this one since it's on a hinge. That plate will be super hot. And then I'm going to use this little tool to magnet tool to stick that over on my little cooling down mat. And then let me pull away the foil for our tulips. Oh, is that not gorgeous on that blue cardstock? Mama likey. All right, so we're going to take the matching die that goes with this. It's only going to cut right up along the tulip. We'll have to do a little bit more cutting later, which is super easy to do. I'll show you. But we'll take our matching dies, tack those down with a little bit of mint tape, making sure to not go over the foiling that we've just done. Run that through our die cutting machine, then I'm just going to snip this part away. And then for this next part, because I don't trust myself, we're going to put this into our guillotine trimmer. If you trust yourself to make a straight cut, you wouldn't have to do that, but there you go. And then I'm going to cut down some white cardstock that's going to fit right inside there. I want that to be 4 inches by 5.5 inches, so there'll be a little bit of a blue border on the left and right hand side, but it will go right to the top and the bottom. Okay, we need to color, and I'm going to color the exact way I did in the last Glimmer video using the tulips because I love this way, using my Prismacolor pencils. And again, the trick here is to go very, very light, going, and as you build up, then you go darker. So I had a darker pink going with a lighter pink on top of that, and it's nice and subtle, but I do love how this looks on that dark cardstock. I'm not going to show you the coloring of all the tulips, but I like it. So I decided to come in and do a little bit darker at the bottom, working my way up because I wanted that to stand out a little bit more. So use just a little bit more pressure. But again, I am going pretty light, and if I want it to go darker, I will use more pressure, especially on these green leaves. So I've got the dark that I'm doing down at the bottom, just like I did with our tulips. And it looks like I am just, coloring, but keep in mind, I am going very light. You don't want to, like I said, build up too much pressure right away because you'll get a waxy buildup, and then you won't get your colors to blend as easily. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of the leaves. And you don't need a lot of pressure, as you can see. And then I'm going to go over the top of that with this lighter green, filling in the rest of those leaves. If you want to go darker, you absolutely could now that you've put down a layer. But I like how it is, so I'm probably not going to add any more layers of color onto this. But wow, isn't that pretty on that darker cardstock? I like it a lot. So now that that's done, we can move on to putting everything together. Check that out, that shine with the Glimmer plate and the foil makes me happy. All right, so we use some liquid glue to adhere down this white cardstock to the inside of our card base. This is actually going to leave a fairly decent size to write, I think, but this is also the perfect kind of card if you don't have a ton to say to your recipient, because you wouldn't want your sentiment to go beyond where the tulips cover. But I feel like that gives you a decent amount. So then we'll just take our liquid glue and we'll adhere down the "Have a Wonderful Day." And then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna leave it as is. That's gonna do it. So I love this. If you have not jumped on the Glimmer foil train, I get it. It's kind of pricey, but boy, I'm having a good time. So I'll have everything linked down below for what you need to get started, and also all these products that I used today. If you like this video, hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already done so, and head back to my channel. I have a whole playlist of Glimmer foiling. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.